Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about more exponent rules. And the first rule we're going to go over is the power to power rule. Now, you should know that looking at this problem, the 4 is the base, the 3 is the exponent. Now, you notice that there's another, looks like an exponent, hanging out outside of these parentheses. That is a power. So a power to a power. It's like an exponent being multiplied by another exponent. So let's go over this. Power to power rule. Anytime you have an exponent outside of another exponent, you are going to multiply the exponents. Notice I didn't say anything about the base. You're not going to multiply it by the base. You're only multiplying it by the exponent. So let's go ahead and break this down. I have a 4 to the third power, and all of this is raised to the second power. So that 2 basically gets backwards distributed just to the 3. It doesn't go to the base. It only goes to the exponent. And you multiply it. Anytime it's power to power, you multiply. So 4, 2 times 3 is 6. So 4 to the 6th power is your answer there. Let's try another. I have a base of 7 with an exponent of 4, raised to the power of 3. Remember, power to a power. You multiply the exponents only. So that 3 gets multiplied by the 4. So this would be 7. You keep your base. 4 times 3 is 12. 7 to the 12th power. Now let's look at something a little more difficult. I have 2 different exponent problems here within one parentheses. Notice that it is all raised to the second because this is in parentheses. So this power is going to go to the 7, and he goes over here to the 3 because this full term is in parentheses. So this would be 2, I kept my base. 3 times 2 is 6, so 2 to the 6th times, don't do anything to your base, just multiply by your exponent. So times 4, 7 times 2 is 14. So 2 to the 6th times 4 to the 14. Like I said at the top, you're only multiplying the exponent by the other exponent, power to power. You're not multiplying it by the base. Let's look at a division problem. Notice that this 2 is on the outside of the parentheses, so he needs to be distributed into that 3 and distributed down to that 7, but not to the bases. So this would be 2 to the 6th over 2 to the 14th. Excuse me, 4 to the 14th. That is a 4 there, so that should be 4 to the 14th. Keep your base. 4, 2 times 7 to the 14th, not 2. Then you would work these individual problems out because they are not the same base. You would then have to say 2 to the 6th, figure it out in your calculator, times 4 to the 14th, figure it out in your calculator. Same with this division problem here. Because they are not the same bases, to find the final answer, 2 to the 6th, find that answer, divided by 4 to the 14th. Okay, so let's move on down to another exponent rule. We have the negative exponent rule. Anytime you have negative exponents, you can't keep that negative in your problem. So notice 3 to the negative 1. That's not proper. You don't want to have a negative as an exponent. So anytime you do have a negative as an exponent, you're going to turn it upside down. Now, the reason why I don't teach put it into a fraction is because I have a fraction down here already. So I'll always say turn it upside down. This is what you're going to do. 3 to the negative 1, that's a negative exponent. Take that negative away and put 3 to the first in a fraction. So we're going to turn it upside down basically. It's a whole number. We're going to turn it upside down and put it in a fraction. That's what it would be. 1 over 3 to the first. We're turning it upside down because it had a negative. Let's try this one. 4 to the negative 6. Turn it upside down. Take that negative away and turn it upside down. Put it down there. 1 over 4 to the 6th. I'm taking it from like a whole, putting it into a fraction. Now, this is why I teach turn it upside down. I have a fraction here. I need to take this away, turn it upside down, put it as a whole. So because it's in a fraction, take that negative away, and my answer would be 3 to the 2nd. Notice this is now a whole. It is not in fraction form. So anytime you have a negative, take the negative away and turn it upside down. If it appears whole at the beginning, it's going to turn into a fraction. If it appears fraction at the beginning, once you take that negative away, it can then be a whole. I hope this helps y'all. Y'all have a great day.